Hey, welcome back. It's JWalter here. I've been making a lot of housing market prediction videos lately, and you guys seem to love them. So in order to gain yet another perspective, I'm going to share Realtor.com's housing market forecast for 2022. If you missed my previous real estate market prediction videos, then you can check those out right here, and I'll also leave a link in my pinned comment below. And before we get started, if you're looking to make a move next year and want a real estate agent referral from virtually anywhere in the US, then go to homeandmoney.com/Jason to get connected with a great real estate agent. All right, so with that said, let's begin today's video. And this is Realtor.com's forecast for 2022 that was just posted last week. They stated that Americans will have a better chance to find a house in 2022, but will face a competitive seller's market, meaning more buyers than home sellers. And first-time homebuyer demand will outmatch the inventory recovery. So what they're basically saying is that home sellers will have the upper hand next year despite an increase of housing inventory. I actually agree with them regarding this, at least for the first half of 2022, because we're going to be starting this year with an extremely low amount of housing inventory, yet high homebuyer demand. In my opinion, we'll have to keep a watchful eye on mortgage interest rates because, in my opinion, if mortgage rates increase to above 4%, that could negatively impact home price appreciation. Let's read on though, because they went on to say the following. With listing prices, rents, and mortgage rates all expected to climb while incomes rise, 2022 will present a mixed bag of housing affordability challenges and opportunities. I have to agree with them regarding this as well because, in my opinion, housing affordability would become an even bigger issue compared to this year. And this, of course, will be because of rising home prices and rising mortgage interest rates, at least for the first half of 2022. I honestly would not be surprised at all if we see multiple months where the median sold price in the US reached all-time record highs, unless, of course, rates skyrocket. Realtor goes on to say the following. With more sellers expected to enter the market as home buyer competition remains fierce, we anticipate strong home sales growth. Remote work may expand search areas and enable younger buyers to find their first home sooner than they might have otherwise. Realtor.com also believes that the suburbs will still face high homebuyer demand because 1 in 5 homeowners looking to sell and move no longer need to be close to their office. For these folks, they potentially could work from home and enjoy all the benefits that go with that.
About a sense of relaxation, well-being, and calm. So starting just quickly by breathing in.
In any case, they expect to see the number of home sales increase by 6.6% next year, which would equate to a 16-year high. They state that there's approximately 45 million millennials who are in their prime home buying age, and that could keep demand strong. In addition, they believe that a recovering economy and a decreasing of the unemployment rate will keep home sales elevated. Keep in mind though, not every housing market in the US is the same though, right? Some markets may surge ahead while others may fall behind. But Realtor.com had this to say. While some markets are expected to see home sale declines, these declines are likely to be modest. Okay, let's now talk about their forecast for home prices in 2022. Realtor.com announced that home prices are set to continue to increase, which will notch a 10-year or a decade-long streak of year-over-year price increases in early 2022. And to give you a brief background, home prices rebounded in 2012 after the Great Recession. Price growth increased by double digits in 2013, and then it increased every single year about 5% until we reached 2020. As we all know, this pandemic ignited the housing market starting in early 2020 when we already had a shortage of houses for sale. They went on to say the following. Looking ahead with economic growth expected to sustain the purchasing power of eager homebuyers, we expect the median home sale price to continue to increase, rising 2.9% in 2022, a notably more moderate pace. It's important to note this is absolutely in line with Redfin's estimate of a 3% increase as well. As home builders ramp up production, home buyers will grapple with higher monthly costs due to rising home prices and rising mortgage rates. Affordability challenges will keep prices from advancing at the same pace we saw in 2021, even as the ongoing supply-demand dynamics mean prices continue to grow nationwide. As I mentioned in my video from the other day, according to the US Census Bureau, home prices for brand new houses reached an all-time record high in October. So it's going to be very interesting to see if home buyers are still willing to pay these high home prices in 2022. Okay, changing gears slightly, let's give you an update regarding housing inventory and what Realtor.com predicts for 2022. And here's what they had to say. With homes still selling very quickly, inventory will remain very limited, but we expect to see the market rebound from 2021 lows. Inventory is expected to grow by only 0.3% on average in 2022. This sentiment also coincides with a recent survey by Fannie Mae. And according to that recent survey, they found that those who said it's a good time to sell decreased from 77% to 74%, while the percentage who say it's a bad time to sell increased to 21%. Yet 29% believe it's a good time to buy, and that's only down 1 percentage point from the previous month. Sure, I imagine there's a lot of homeowners who just want to cash in on these high home prices, but where are they going to move to? Home prices, of course, are historically high, but so are rents. Oftentimes, your housing payment can be more when you're renting versus buying right now. However, if housing inventory increases next year, that could entice more homeowners to get their houses listed for sale. And speaking of rents, on a national level, rent growth went from minimal to double-digit pace in 2021. With the rental vacancy rate near its historic lows during this pandemic, in which just 5.7 to 6.8% of rental housing units are vacant at any point in time compared to 7% or more historically, renters are also contending with limited supply and excess demand that leads to upward pressure on rents. This, of course, is why investors are buying single-family houses. In 2022, we expect this trend will continue and fuel rent growth. At a national level, we forecast rent growth of 7.1% in the next 12 months. Realtor.com says this increase is somewhat ahead of home price growth. However, by my dumb math, that's more than double their forecast for home price appreciation, which they forecasted to be only 2.9%. Another trend that they are predicting for 2022 is a continued shift to the suburbs, but they point out that the surge in home prices has, to an extent, eroded the chance for a less competitive market and a great bang for your buck. Yet with affordability issues and of course workplace flexibility, this could increase demand in the suburbs. Many employers are calling back their employees to come back to the office, while others are granting work-at-home arrangements still. Honestly, this has to be done in order to retain their employees who are extremely happy to be working from home.
Technology kills viruses in just one... What did you do, Mom? Dad!
So looking ahead into next year, what is it going to be like to be a home buyer? Realtor.com believes that home buyers have much to look forward to in 2022. Those looking to buy a home will encounter a wider amount of inventory as it rebounds from all-time record lows. However, the market will remain competitive, especially in the lower price tiers. I honestly have to disagree with them regarding this one statement here because I don't believe home buyers have a lot to look forward to in 2022. We're going to start next year with still an inflated amount of home buyer demand, record low housing inventory, and of course, historically high home prices. This could cause home prices to rise further next year unless rates rise enough to cool off this housing market. And with rising home prices and rising rents, this could entice more investors to buy more single-family houses, even though their returns are being pushed down by rising mortgage rates. Looking ahead into the next 12 months, it's my hopes that more people will get their houses listed for sale in order to increase housing inventory. I also hope that mortgage interest rates increase to cool off this hot housing market. And if that does not happen, we could be in for another wild ride for 2022. So what are your thoughts regarding Realtor.com's housing market predictions for 2022? Comment below. And check that link below if you're looking for agent referral for virtually anywhere in the US. And also, if you got any value out of this video, please share it and also subscribe. And also hit the like button, of course, as well. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.